I was challenged to give financially to the church in a time where I did not think I was able to give anything. I was in a financial burden, and somebody in my Bible study challenged me to give anyway. And through that, I learned to trust God with my money. And I was always provided for, even though I didn't think that I was able to give anything to the church.
I grew up in a pretty good habit of tithing because my parents told me to do that when I got an allowance. But it was one of the things that's been great about being at Cornerstone, specifically for that, is that Cornerstone, or attending Cornerstone, I've come to a better understanding of how the church works, that we're really part of a church body, and that matters. So before I came here, we were sort of splitting up and giving money to missions, which Jen and I are both really passionate about and feel like that's part of our supporting, and then some also to the church. So one of the ways that we changed since we were here is trying to expand that amount that we're giving so that we can give the tithe to the church because we care about the church, and that's the primary way that God's working through the world. But then also be able to give above and beyond that to missions, to unreached people groups, and church planting, and that kind of stuff in other places beyond the reach of our church.
It's important to make giving a priority to a church because the church will always be there. As somebody who's involved in parachurch ministry, we have people coming and going all the time, and sometimes we're bringing people from different place and they're looking to raise support. And it's important for people to consider prayerfully where to give and to give generously where God leads them. But there's something impactful about giving to a church first, because the church then can sustainably support the different ministries in its area, and it's sort of locally or globally in a way that individuals may not be able to consistently do. So I think the priority should be people prayerfully asking God where He wants them to give. But for me, as somebody who does fundraising for a living, I always ask my donors how their giving is to their church. It's a discipline of giving that I think is better off started at where you're invested in, where the church is caring for you and investing in you. When you partner with your church at that level, I think it opens the door for partnerships in other areas of ministry. So I think that's why I think it's important and crucial that people prioritize or at least intentionally invest in their church first, and then continue to ask the Lord ways that He wants them to invest in other areas of ministry as well.
God uses people to do stuff, and it's so being able to give to the church and give to places that God's working all around the world is, I think it's just really a blessing to be part of that and to see that those things aren't going to get done. That work of God's kingdom expanding doesn't happen unless we are part of it, and the way that we can be part of it is by giving money.